Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. A powerful earthquake has rocked Myanmar yesterday, causing extensive damage across a wide swath of one of the world's poorest countries. Myanmar is already embroiled in a civil war and information is tightly controlled. Although it's in an active earthquake belt, many of the tremors usually happen in sparsely populated areas and not in cities like those affected now. Mint Kyaw, former Joint Secretary, Myanmar Press Council, is joining us live on the broadcast. Appreciate you being with us, Mint Kyaw. What did you experience yesterday when this quake struck?
I'm at the moment. I'm in the Thailand. I am not in the Myanmar, but we feel the earthquake in Thailand as well.
Yes.
Then I found the earthquake, the aftermath, the news, the social media, the informations and photos and video clips, a lot of Myanmar, especially the Mandalay, the Naypyidaw, and the Pyemana. The Pyemana also next to the Naypyidaw. These are very tragic and terrible. So buildings are collapsed. The people, the people under the buildings, and there we didn't see the evacuation the mechanism. The people try to find their family, their loved ones from themselves in Mandalay. So as far as I know, and until the yesterday late night, people are sleeping outside of the houses. Some of the houses are already collapsed, and even though some are cracked and they could not sleep in the houses, so they sleep. Last night they slept at the roadside and parked some of the spaces. Yeah.
How complicated is the rescue and relief in Myanmar currently, given the fact that even strikes have started already today? Certain parts of Myanmar are seeing strikes today, drone attacks.
The air strike the yesterday afternoon in one place, that is the northern Shan of Myanmar. That is maybe 80 or 100 miles away from the epicenter of the earthquake. So that is very unbelievable because of after the earthquake, still the airstrike still going on in the northern part of the Myanmar. And then we only see the evacuations and the Honda leaders show up in the Naypyidaw, that is the capital of the Myanmar, the administrative capital of the Myanmar. But we didn't see the military, the evacuations or assistance, or there's no signs of this evacuation in Mandalay or the other city. Yeah.
Right, and as far as, of course, now help is concerned, is it being able to reach the rural parts of Myanmar? Is it being able to reach the parts which are most affected, like Mandalay and the surrounding regions, of course, of Mandalay? International help is now coming in. Is that something that is now going to be mobilized to the most affected regions and parts? Interestingly, the Myanmarese junta, which doesn't really interact with international countries, made a rare appeal for help as well.
Yep, and this time they request the international assistance help, but not specifically which country. But so as far as I know, some of the assistance from the India, China, and maybe ASEAN, some of the flight arrived today, not to the Mandalay and then Naypyidaw, because of the air traffic and the control centers collapsed in Naypyidaw, the capital of the administrative capital of Myanmar, and then also Mandalay airport also damaged. So they closed the East Mandalay airport and the Naypyidaw airport. So the flight landed in Yangon, and then they bring by the car, the truck. So some of they more focus on the capital of the Naypyidaw, the capital of Myanmar, not focus on the Mandalay. The most the earthquake strike the Mandalay because of Mandalay population, the biggest population of the current the earthquake area, and then also the buildings and that hit Mandalay, but the Honda more focus on the Naypyidaw, the administrative capital.
Are you being able to communicate with your family, your friends, your other colleagues back in Myanmar? Is communication working all right? Also, what about power? Are there power breakdowns?
Yeah.
Are there power cuts, or is power there?
Yes, the electricity since after the earthquake, electricity shut down, blackout in Mandalay, Naypyidaw as well, and Yangon. Yangon is not the earthquake not much hit, but the grid line, national grid line, also damaged by the earthquake. So the electricity until now, as far as I know, it cannot resume in Mandalay, Naypyidaw, Yangon as well. But the phone, mobile phone, 3 operator, 1 operator is still connected, and then the internet connection, the fiber, the connection is still connected, but maybe the electricity or the backup, maybe it will also can cut out, maybe because of the electricity. But
Okay.
we can contact through some mobile phone and
Right.
internet. Yeah.
Okay. Mint Kiao, thank you very much for joining us with your perspective on this big story and for sharing your story, of course, as well. Moving on now, the ruling military junta in Myanmar has revealed that at least 1,002 people have died and at least 2,400 injured in the devastating 7.7 earthquake that hit the country yesterday, with communications badly disrupted. The true scale of the disaster is only now starting to emerge from the isolated military-ruled state. The toll is also expected to rise significantly. Brian Thomas is joining us live on this story. Brian, the toll in Myanmar only feared to rise with the passing days. Also, communication right now is very difficult there, isn't it?
Well, definitely, Uday. Communication has become much of a standstill, and even with that, also many countries are also putting out their efforts to help Myanmar. Very importantly, also with the latest breaking as well, Uday. India has even sent support to earthquake impact in Myanmar. Around 118 member Indian Army Field Hospital Unit is even currently en route to Mandalay from Agra itself. And India has been, in the morning itself, and rather the afternoon itself, India has sent out 15, tranches of, supplies to Myanmar, and now even 118 Army unit, hospital unit is even en route from Agra to Myanmar itself. Yes.
Coming in. The quake in Myanmar has also jolted other countries in the region, particularly Thailand. Shocking visuals of Bangkok's high-rise buildings swaying spread like wildfire on social media. Amongst the videos that went viral was a heart-wrenching one of a 30-story skyscraper under construction collapsing. 43 people were trapped in the rubble. On your screens now are aerial images showcasing the aftermath. An enormous pile of rubble, twisted metal can be seen where the building collapsed. Brian Thomas is in fact live from Chatuchak, Thailand with us. Chatuchak is where that building had collapsed. Brian, that building is a mangled heap now. 30 stories coming crashing down, Brian. Metal all over, twisted rubble, of course, and What's worse, almost 43 people trapped inside, Brian.
Well, Uday, from morning itself, we have been attempting to show all efforts that can be done of the very 33-story building. It is the very audit general building which was under construction, and it fell prey to the earthquake. Now, again, yes, I am at Chatuchak. This is the location. This is the entry point. This entire place has been cordoned off. You can see these jeep vehicles also keeping a vigil. This entire area, Uday, I'll show you. This has been cordoned off also, where these officials are also on duty. They have been there from yesterday morning, and only essential supplies are allowed to enter. Now, ahead also, I'll show you the efforts that, Bangkok, this Thailand authorities are taking to give out, food, ready-to-eat meals, medicines, water bottles. You can see a dozen of water bottle packets that is being distributed to everyone who are in need as well. So this entire area has been cordoned off and has been made for supply materials, supply chain materials to give out food items for the people in need. And not just the authorities, even local community, local public are also coming ahead also to give out whatever the little they can from their end. You talk about water bottles, you talk about sleeping pots, you talk about juices, coffees, everything. They are coming and they are giving to the people who are in need. Like you said, 43 people are still stuck inside the rubble. We don't know what is the situation. We don't know how soon they will be rescued, but the authorities have been working from yesterday 2 p.m. and till now they are going. Big machines are also being deployed here. Cranes have been deployed. 4 to 5 drones are flying to understand. There are dog squads also. Every other alternatives are being made to ensure that the people who are stuck inside the debris gets rescued as soon as possible, because their families have also been waiting for them patiently to see them, to have a to look at them, to feel that yes, they are back home. Okay.
All right, stay with us. More breaking news meanwhile coming in. Several medical facilities have also been destroyed in Bangkok. In fact, in a hospital in Bangkok, patients have been relocated to the sports hall and a canteen after the ward sustained severe damage in the 7.7 magnitude earthquake. In the visuals now on our screens, we can see hospital beds have been shifted to the sports hall and the canteen. Emergency equipments, wheelchairs and medicines have also been shifted. Brian Thomas, we are learning that medicines have been shifted, also wheelchairs, equipments, beds to the sports hall and canteen of this hospital, Brian, which has suffered damage due to the quake.
Also that case, these situations, they have been shifted also, and even an emergency service have been put out on roads, on footpaths also, so that people get all the basic amenities, also the ready to food materials also. I'll even try to attempt many such wheelchair facilities, many such food items have been shifted to footpaths, to nearby roads, so that the people who are in dire need of food materials, they will get these situations. You can see these food items here. The authorities are making sure that everything is on proper check. On the left hand side, you can see many such water bottles also. All the authorities are here. They have been there from yesterday 2 p.m. itself, and still it is continuing. There's no they are not stopping. You can see these water bottles, you can see these coffee cans, juices, and many such relief items, ready to eat items have been even given. You can see locals are also coming ahead, and they're donating food, they're donating water to these kiosks also that has been made, like these tent like structures have been made. Now, this entire road which leads to that area which leads to JJ Mall also has been properly cordoned off, so no vehicular movement except official vehicle movements are allowed here. Uday, I'll again show you these exclusive visuals also. These entire place have been cordoned off, so you cannot enter until unless you have an ID card or you have something to show, and then they allow you to enter and see what exactly is going on there. Yes.
Okay, more breaking news meanwhile coming in this hour. Chilling visuals coming in from Myanmar's second largest city of Mandalay. Rescuers can be seen desperately searching for survivors. In this particular visual on your screen, rescuers are searching for survivors at the Wisdom Villa Private High School in Mandalay. Locals believe 7 people are trapped under the rubble of the destroyed building. They can be seen calling out repeatedly, hoping to hear a response. Remember, the 7.7 magnitude quake's epicenter was located a mere 17.2 kilometers away from the metropolis, which has a population of around 1.5 million people. Vivek Menon, senior civil engineer, is live with us. Vivek Menon, in Bangkok, it's just one under construction building. In Myanmar, it's several. Here, we can see visuals on our screens of a school, the Wisdom Villa school, which has come tumbling down. People are feared trapped inside. Children are feared trapped inside as rescue continues.
Yes, indeed. I mean, in 2023, February of 2023, there was an earthquake in Turkey, and I think that exposed the vulnerabilities of buildings that collapsed at that point in time, especially if they're not built to earthquake-resistant standards. I've worked extensively in the United States, and of course, California, again, is prone to earthquakes. It sits on one of the Santa Andreas faults. This whole region, interestingly, sits on the Indian plate and the Eurasian plate. And so all of these islands, including all the way up to Japan, have vulnerabilities when it comes to earthquake resistance. And so I think it's very important that, buildings are built, especially considering the fact that, we're having more and more such earthquakes, such movements that are happening across this entire region, spanning all the way from Turkey up to Japan. I think these buildings should be built to earthquake resistant standards. And, this is nothing new. Bande Aceh was not too long ago.
Okay.
And so I think, it's important that...
More breaking news meanwhile coming in. Let's quickly go across. Apart from homes, businesses and hospitals, several historical monuments have also been damaged in Mandalay as well. A centuries-old Buddhist pagoda and a building in a monastery have been destroyed. According to reports, the head of the main Buddha statue in the monastery fell off and was placed on the platform at its feet. Meanwhile, injured monks have been taken to hospital. Even so, those at the monastery are sleeping outside due to fear of aftershocks. Rajul Goenka, President, Myanmar India Business Chamber, is joining us live from Yangon in Myanmar. Devastating visuals, of course, coming in. Historical monuments in your country have been badly damaged.
Yes, the videos and the images that are coming in from Mandalay are really heartbreaking. The Mandalay Palace has been affected badly. The Mahamuni Pagoda, which is one of the holiest sites in Myanmar, has been damaged. Various monasteries, churches, mosques, even a Hindu temple has been damaged very badly. A lot of public spaces have also fallen to the earthquake. It is really heart-wrenching to see the images as more and more keep pouring in, showing the extent of devastation that Mandalay has gone through.
Okay. Also, more breaking news coming in. Let's quickly go across. The people of Myanmar are now grappling with aftershocks. However, they are still reeling from the damage from the primary 7.7 magnitude quake that hit the country yesterday. The quake destroyed buildings, downed bridges and buckled roads across swaths of Myanmar. Amidst fears of shortages of essential items, motorists can be seen queuing at petrol stations in Mandalay as well. Sudhir Krishna, former Secretary Urban Development, Chairman Committee on Standards for Smart Cities, is with us live. This is now becoming a complicated situation in Myanmar. Sudhir Krishna, there is obviously a shortage now of certain amenities. People can be seen queuing in these visuals at petrol stations in Myanmar as well.
Well, I think it is a learning lesson for us also. And this can happen in any country, and now we have to be very alert and careful. The situation is that even in our country, without the earthquake also, yes, remember the Chintal Paradiso case, the building, poorly constructed building were collapsing on their own. So if that is the case, then when earthquake comes, it will be large scale destruction. So I think it is high time that we gear up our building approval systems and the arrangements for, approval, particularly high-rise buildings. That is number one. And number two lesson is that, people who are doing unauthorized alteration or extension of buildings, adding floors or doing other alterations, these are all, they lead to greater damage during the calamity, natural calamities like earthquake or flood and so on. So I think it is a learning lesson. Number two is to ensure that all unauthorized deviations from the approved building plan, these are immediately checked and corrected.
Okay.
And of course, yes, number three is the better city planning.
Okay.
That city planning should be taken.
More breaking news meanwhile coming in. As Myanmar grapples with the biggest quake to hit it in decades, India has extended a helping hand. India has sent 55 tons of relief material to Myanmar. The relief material includes tents, sleeping bags, blankets, ready-to-eat meals, water purifiers, hygiene kits, solar lamps, generator sets, essential medicines. The Indian Air Force aircraft carrying the aid material has now landed in Yangon. Two Navy ships, INS Satpura and INS Savitri, also headed for the port city. Apart from relief material, an 80-member strong National Disaster Response Force search and rescue team shall also assist in the operations. Jaishankar Mukherjee, General Secretary, VHP Thailand, joining us live. Jaishankar Mukherjee, the plane has touched down in Myanmar with the relief material. Are ships also on the way?
Yeah, Bharat has always been a great supporter and a friend when the crisis arises anywhere in the world. And this is the question of helping a neighbor. We do not talk about anything else other than just giving us support unconditionally. Our nation, India and Bharat, whatever we call it, has been always supportive, and the people of Myanmar will definitely appreciate it. The first flight landed with 15 tons of materials yesterday itself. Today morning, and another ship's also been dispatched. The 118 medical personnel have been coming, so definitely it's a big support, and entire world is coming besides Myanmar. They cannot come out of this crisis. The death toll is likely to be much more than what is being flashed right now, so they need support, and Bharat is definitely going to support Myanmar in this crisis.
All right, more breaking news coming in. Stay with us. We are receiving tragic reports of another historical site being destroyed in Myanmar. The clock tower of the Ma So Yen Monastery in Mandalay has collapsed. This comes amidst reports of pagodas and temples collapsing elsewhere in the city. Now, monks have gathered outside the monastery in question. That's not all. Another chilling video has emerged from the site showing monks outside on the streets watching another building near the Ma So Yen Monastery collapse as well. Rajul Goenka, this is of course disturbing. These are disturbing visuals coming in of another monument which is destroyed, the clock tower of the Ma So Yen Monastery there. Meanwhile, another building near the monastery also collapsing. Okay, I think we've lost Mr. Goenka there, but these are of course chilling visuals coming in. You can see on your screens, of course, monks outside. They're looking extremely scared there. On that note, we're taking a very short break. We're back on the other side with lots more.